Kevin Levrone, nicknamed the Maryland Muscle Machine, is an American bodybuilder who, in his prime, weighed around 265 pounds in the off-season and an impressive 240 to 250 pounds during his competitions. At 5'11", Kevin was taller than the average Mr. Olympia winner by around 4 inches. His extra height, mixed with his mass and proportions, made him one of the best and most respected bodybuilders of the 1990s. From legs to chest, Levrone's physique didn't seem to miss the mark in any way. His triceps gave him some of the fullest looking arms on stage at any given moment, and his back looked like it could stop a bullet in its tracks. After placing second in his first ever Mr. Olympia competition in 1992, it was easy to feel optimistic about the road ahead. After all, his physique brought him to second place in one of the most prestigious bodybuilding shows of all time. And so began the tragedy of the Uncrowned King.
Competitor number 18, Kevin Levrone. We'll present the certificate, the silver Sandow medal, the silver Olympia medal, and a check for $55,000 to Kevin Levrone.
"13 Mr. Olympia competitions, not one win." Don't get it twisted. Levrone had a very successful career as a bodybuilder, winning many other high-profile competitions, including but not limited to the Arnold Classic on more than one occasion. Despite his success in other competitions, the Olympia eluded him, causing people to give him the title of the Uncrowned King of Mr. Olympia.
I like going in there with my clothes on because it keeps the heat, you know. It makes me sweat real faster, so therefore I only have to stay in for about 10 minutes. Instead of, if I have no clothes on, it take maybe about 15, 20 minutes, you know. So I get it done a lot quicker with the clothes on. And besides, I feel more comfortable with my clothes on. Take them off, it's time for business. I'll drop my water maybe like 2 days out from a contest. Normally I would drink 2 gallons of water up to the day of the show. 2 days before the show I'll drop down to 1 gallon. The night of the show, well, the night before the show I'll only go like a half a gallon. And in turn, doing the sauna along with dropping your water intake will help you release the water underneath the skin so that you will look and appear a lot more defined when it comes to time for you to go on stage. A lot of competitors are sodium loading and sodium depleting and sodium loading. I think personally for me, when I prepare for a contest, I go on a strict diet. I do everything the same all the way up to the show. So therefore, a week out from the contest, I'm looking almost like I want to look the day of the show. I think that a lot of competitors, when they do certain things like this, really taking a chance. You know, it has been proven that majority of the guys do have it down, but most of them, some of them, you know, are still experimenting. So I don't like to really experiment with anything. I like to go in a contest knowing that how I'm going to look 2 or 3 days out, you know. And just by dropping the water intake, I could maybe lose another 2 or 3 pounds if I have to by doing that.
Kevin, let's go, guys. Shoes on.
Mentally, I've been prepared for as long as I can remember when I first started competing. When I go in the gym, I go in, I get the job done, I do what I have to do to look the way that I want to look for a contest coming up. And when you train so hard and you live this dream of competing in the Olympia and traveling around the world and all the good things that you can accomplish through the sport of bodybuilding, then it's very worthwhile to train hard and to die hard for a day. When you say you want to be a professional bodybuilder, when you put in your goal that you want to be a competitive bodybuilder, you have a challenge in which you are about to take on in life. You have to be positive. You have to have a mental drive, a focus, something that wants, you know, something in you to make you drive and to want to excel. It's a very hard sport, but it's only hard if you give up.
Kevin Levrone has regained a degree of popularity in modern bodybuilding culture for being an example of always trying your hardest and falling short every single time. That concept is hard to come by. It's not often you see a glorified story of someone who, despite his best efforts and hard work, never got what he was reaching for. By being the subject of that story, Kevin Levrone became an icon for the poetic injustice of fighting against your depleting optimism until finally reaching your breaking point. By never being enough, Kevin Levrone became more than the world of bodybuilding deserved. The heartache of his loss has served as one of the most inspiring stories in all of bodybuilding and fitness, and has, without a doubt, fueled the fire of many modern lifters.
I left the sport because I was just tired of trying, tired of getting second place. I got second at the Olympia 4 times, runner-up to Mr. Olympia. And just being that close, you're kind of like, man, how many times, this going to keep happening before you really say, you know what, they're just not going to give it to me.